Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna keep reading Greta, the Adventures of Rapunzel. Don't mind my little sister. She does something. So I'm gonna read with her and hopefully she doesn't make a disaster. We're going to keep reading. Stop playing innocent. I am innocent. She gave him a sharp push that finally sent him flying. The prince yelped, reached out for support, and smacked his head against the stone windowsill. Ha! She cried. The prince stared up at her, rubbing his head. What did you do to the fairy? Nothing, said Rapunzel. You're remembering the wrong place and the wrong person. But since nothing else about you is very princess, I'll hardly expect. I'm not the one who doesn't remember, snapped the prince. And my name is Jack. And I don't have time. He pushed himself to his feet. You have to tell me what you did. And you have to tell me now. Understand? Did you feed her something? I need a piece of whatever it is so I can bring it to the fairies and they can make a cure. Rapunzel was beginning to think she had been right in the first place. He was mad. You're tiresome, she told him. It's time for you to leave. But if I leave without the cure, then the fairies won't. Exclaimed. What? Sorry, guys. This is a bit of a mess, so I'm just gonna carry her home. So I'll be right back. Okay, carried her finally. But now it's time to read. The prince exhaled. Look, I don't want to be here, alright? But I don't have a choice. So help me, would you? What happened yesterday with the fairy? Stop talking about yesterday acting like we already met. Rapunzel clenched her fist so hard that her fingernails dug into her palms. You're my very first prince, so behave the way you're supposed to. His black eyes flashed. For the last time, my name is Jack. I come from the Violet Peaks. He told his head. Do you not remember yesterday? To the frustration welled in Rapunzel's eyes. Jack looked uncomfortable. Look, don't cry, he snapped. I'll just get what I need and get out. He began to study the room, moving from object to object. He marched toward the bathtub and climbed the 3 marble steps that led to the rim. Rapunzel rubbed her ruddy nose and watched him. No prince or peasant would journey to the top of her tower if he didn't want to woo her. And there was no choice that she could forget things that happened yesterday. There was only one explanation for all that Jack had said. You're a liar, she said, giving her nose a decisive wipe. Jack had braced one heavy, dirty boot on the rim of the bathtub and was stretching a hand towards the receiving garden, which he was too short to reach. He gave a disgusted sigh and glanced back at Rapunzel. Give me one of those roses, he said. This story is over, Rapunzel replied. She walked to the fireplace where the blue flames roared, higher beckoning. She reached towards the batel. Over, Jack said, turning. Wait a minute. Jack curled her fingers around the stem of her silver bell. No, not yet. Jack jumped down from the bathtub rim and hurried toward her. He came near to grab the bell, but then hovered there, shifting from one foot to the other, his eyes darting from her fingers to her face. Don't, he said. Come on. Let me leave first and then call your witch. Rapunzel smiled. In the stories, it was always very satisfying when she cried out for witch. The princess then showed how cowardly they were, and this one was no different. It's not funny, Jack snapped. Did I say it was? Jack, she gave him one last long disdainful look. You're the worst prince who ever lived, and I'll never go anywhere with you. Goodbye. She rang the bell. Jack made a noise like he had run out of air. A strong wind raced around the room. The ceiling garden whispered in a fate, shattering petals as it rustled. Rapunzel! A voice called outside her tower. Rapunzel grinned. Rapunzel, let your hair to me. It was Witch. Pleased with her performance, Rapunzel passed through the window. We all began to turn the crank. For her first time thwarting a prince, she had done beautifully. I can't believe you, Jack hissed. She's going to kill me. Is that what you want? He dropped to the floor to crawl toward the balcony. Just don't tell her I was here, he whispered. Satisfied, Rapunzel turned the crank faster and faster. Jack was frightened, and she was winning. Tell Witch everything. I would tell Witch everything. She said, I know, Jack hissed. That's why she almost caught me last time. He pried the door open with his fingers, and his voice grew mumbled as he snaked out. She caught the prince. Did you know that? She probably even killed him. And all because he cut your stupid hair. Rapunzel tensed. Because you what? She put both hands to her sleek golden hair. My hair? What do you mean he cut it? What prince? But Jack didn't answer. Rapunzel grabbed the wheel handle and gave it 2 final furious cranks. When she saw her braid go taut and knew that Witch must be climbing, she raced out onto the balcony after Jack. He crouched at the railing, digging shaking fingers into the pockets of his shabby vest. Who dares to touch my hair? Tell me now. Tell me right now, you disgusting little peasant. Go get well. Jack spat, taking a small round object from one of his pockets. Rapunzel didn't know where get well was, but it sounded like another insult. You're not getting away with it. You're getting away, you know, she told him. Witch is climbing my hair. She'll be halfway up by now. She's very fast. So am I, said Jack as he slammed the object against the balcony doors. There was a mighty crack. Rapunzel shrieked and jumped back. Rapunzel! It was Witch's voice, quite close to the top of the tower. Rapunzel! What was that? Are you hurt? But Rapunzel couldn't muster a voice. She stayed wrapped at the snake-like thing that was erupting from Jack's fist. It was the color of her hair, and just as long, but slimmer and denser. Jack tossed one end over the balcony rail, and it tumbled to the dirt below. The end still, and Jack's hand shimmered. To Rapunzel's amazement, it burst into a tripod of metal claws. Rapunzel! Which would be climbing through the window any second. Rapunzel, answer me! Jack hooked the claws onto the balcony railing, gripped the snake-like thing in both hands, vaulted over the rail, and vanished. Rapunzel flung herself toward him. She was bewildered to see that he was already halfway down the side of the tower, dropping 10 times faster than Witch had ever had. He looked as though he had done this sort of thing before. Rapunzel! She heard Witch's quick footsteps crossing the tower behind her, but her eyes were still fixed on Jack. I'm gonna move this pillow. Yeah. I'm making sure you don't fall. This is a bed. Not a crib. Rapunzel, my darling! Witch pulled her away from the railing just as Jack touched the ground. What's wrong? Witch begged. What happened? Can you speak? Are you hurt? Rapunzel gazed out across the moonlit clearing as Jack streaked like a shot toward the dark, forbidding forest. Behind her, Witch jerked. Her arms closed around Rapunzel. Who is that, Rapunzel? Who is that? Rapunzel reached out to touch the metal claw that still hung from the balcony rail. He was dirty and short, a thief and a liar. He had spoken of dying face and cutting hair and hair-cutting princess, a peasant and well. He had insulted her hair and climbed her tower, and he could make fantastic things go from his fist. Jack, she said. You're not trying to read a graphic novel. I'm trying to read a graphic novel here. Hey, I don't mean to brag. You know I'm not talking cash. Got a thing that's on your mind. Chapter 2. And he called me stupid. What a fool. And he said my hair was useless. How little he knows. He even told me that another prince cut my hair yesterday. He was terrible. Wait, worse than all my books. Tight lip, which prattled Rapunzel. It had been an hour since Jack had bolted into the dark forest of the Red Land, and Rapunzel lay in her nice, clean nightdress in the downy comfort of her bed, recounting the whole horrible adventure to Witch. It was like being a small child again, to be burrowed against Witch, breathing in the fragrance of her skin. She always smelled like roses. You should have let him stay here and upset you, Witch. Rapunzel swore. I wish you rung your bell at once. Look, Isabella, that's you. Hey! Sorry about that. I'm just gonna. I am going to be right back. Okay, guys. Let's keep reading and ignore her, please. Where was I? Nightdress and the downy cover of her bed recounted a horrible adventure to Witch. It was like being a small. I'm sorry. I didn't go with him though, Rapunzel said. No, you didn't. You're much too wise. I'm very proud. Warmth smiled in Rapunzel's chest. She shut her eyes and relaxed into the very pleasant sensation of having her hair stroked. It was wonderful to be beloved and safe after such a nasty shock, which made everything better. Did he ask you to go with him? Asked Witch after a moment. No, it was all wrong, Rapunzel said. We are going to stop right there. Yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn notification bells. Bye!